How would Elon decide to cancel his Mars trip just because plant experts believe that crops grown there may cause toxic disease to human health, and there may be no other means to provide food for humans to eat when they eventually land on the planet? Of course, plant scientists have conducted the most powerful and hilarious studies in the history of mankind, but one thing has baffled us. Even though Elon had this concept about the scientists' findings, it didn't stop him from testing starships, building Mechazilla catchers, or quench his ambition to land humans on Mars and transform humanity into multi-planetary species. In this context, we are not trying to accuse Elon Musk of being inconsiderate or greedy in his desire to colonize Mars, but without a doubt, if you want to think of it, Mars is not and cannot be like Earth. The oxygen on Mars is just too tiny for humans to survive on, and we cannot breathe or live freely on Mars as we do on Earth. According to NASA studies, no human being can walk freely on Mars without an oxygen tank. Again, the Martian climate is dry, very cold, with a thin atmosphere and a lot of ultraviolet radiation, and its atmosphere does not protect against the sun's ultraviolet radiation. All of these will induce deadly skin cancer in the human body, and there is a strong possibility that people may collapse within a few hours of being exposed to Mars' environment. But that's not all. Considering that humans may dwell on the Martian surface and colonize it, we will need food to exist, but Elon Musk cannot transport foodstuffs from Earth to Mars on a regular basis for people to cook and consume. So the only option will be to plant tuber crops or vegetables on Mars and then process them to make them edible. However, the heartbreaking news struck Elon Musk when scientists revealed that plants grown on Martian soil may threaten human life, yet Elon refused to back down on his Mars mission, and that is because his Mars dreams are so important to him. Welcome to TechSpace. In this video, we will show you how scientists claim that edible plants cultivated on the Martian soil will poison humans if eaten. Stay glued to this video to find out how Elon Musk overruled scientific research and proved how plants can be grown on Mars and consumed safely by humans. According to scientific evidence, the mineral composition of Martian soil is derived from eroded volcanic rock with clay and silt-sized particles, but the planet's overall soil type is sandy soil. Our lovely planet Earth, on the other hand, has a lot of water in its seas, lakes, and rivers, while Mars is extremely dry and has solid water ice but very little liquid water, and no water splashes, such as rain or morning dew, have ever been observed on the planet's surface, just a reddish, dusty, and desert-like landscape. According to NASA, just 2% of Mars' crust contains water, while the remaining 98% is made up of iron-rich volcanic soils. So, if you put a powerful magnet in Mars soil, you should expect to see iron fillings surrounding it, and you would suppose this is the sort of environment Elon Musk intends to send humans? So it appears that the more we think about terraforming Mars, the more we understand that for the time being, it would be a good idea to stop damaging Earth. Even though NASA has dispatched their Curiosity rover to investigate Mars, scientists still have a lot of testing, experiments, and observations to do before they are convenient with the planet's characteristics and compositions. And let's not start believing that may be possible by 2030. Now coming to the serious and most important question, is it possible to grow crops on Mars? The good news is that plants can probably grow in Martian soil, but with a great help. Just little essential plant nutrients have been found in the Martian meteorites. However, the level of most nutrients is too low for healthy plant growth, so Martian soil will need to be improved with fertilizer. Plant development is made more difficult by the hostile Martian climate. Plants require water, but on Mars, liquid water is rare and excessively salty. Water will have to be supplied from Earth or collected and purified on Mars. A Martian garden must also be created and shielded from the planet's freezing temperatures, as well as the contained atmosphere modified to be more like Earth's. Although Mars receives less sunlight than Earth due to its greater distance from the Sun, regular dust also contributes to a reduction in the quantity of sunshine that reaches the planet's surface. In practice, this means that artificial illumination will be required to cultivate plants on Mars, and the sort of lighting used for this purpose varies, such as red and blue light. Remember that these lights will not be coming from the sun this time. Rather, it will be created artificially from a solar renewable energy source that Elon Musk will put up on Mars. According to Eric Runkle, a professor and floriculture extension specialist in the Department of Horticulture at Michigan State University, blue light drives the photosynthetic reaction and produces chlorophyll. However, from an energy standpoint, blue light is less efficient than red light, because its high energy isn't fully utilized, whereas red light is responsible for making plants flower and produce fruit, and also helps the plant's early life for seed germination, root growth, and bulb development. For instance, Mark Watney uses Martian soil to produce potatoes in the controlled environment of the HAB. In actuality, depending on where astronauts arrive on Mars, there may not be enough nutrients, thus fertilizers may need to be put to the soil. Researchers at Wageningen University and Research in Netherlands believe that viable seed may be obtained from crops cultivated on Mars and the Moon. They had conducted an experiment in which they grew 10 different crops, including garden cress, tomato, radish, rye, quinoa, spinach, and chives. Uyghur Wamalik from the university said, "We were thrilled when we saw the first tomatoes ever grown on Mars soil simulant turning red. It meant that the next step towards a sustainable closed agricultural ecosystem had been taken." Now let's go back to this thought. Will plants grown on Mars be poisonous to human health if eaten? The Mars and lunar soils contain several heavy metals that are toxic to humans, such as lead, cadmium, and arsenic. NASA utilizes ashy dirt from the Arizona desert to recreate the Moon. In addition, NASA relies on soil from a volcanic cone in Hawaii for Mars. However, both types of soil include nitrogen molecules, which isn't contained in Martian soil. Nitrogen molecules are used as nourishment by plants, thus it's an essential chemical substance for plants' growth. That's why, in order to obtain results from the Martian soil, Mark Watney had to mix human waste, particularly feces, in the Martian soil to grow plants. If future Martian colonists wish to grow anything, they'll need to carry along nitrogen molecules to fertilize the soil. They'll also want a climate-controlled environment and lots of water. Farms on Mars are likely to be contained within confined enclosures until SpaceX and scientists find out how to terraform the planet. The reason for this is that Mars soil includes toxins that are hazardous to humans, such as mercury and lead. If the plant absorbs enough of these poisons, the food may become deadly if ingested by any human. To investigate the plants more carefully, researchers devised a unique experiment. It is possible that any hazardous elements are well below harmful levels, or it might turn out that we've got another challenge ahead of us, which is making food grown on Mars safe to eat. According to a joint report from the Food and Agriculture Organization and Smartfish, aquaponics, which refers to the linking of fish water to grow plants, and the term originates from the two words aquaculture, while hydroponics is the growing of plants usually in a soilless environment, essentially using treated water, are methods that may be approved for use in enclosed areas. In cases like these, there are plants that will grow freely, and humans can eat the plants safely without any health issues. Still, finding a way to grow crops in Martian soil would get us one step closer to exploring the red planet. NASA projects that a mission to Mars and back would take 30 months. It would be nice if SpaceX could save some cargo space by growing at least some of the food for that mission on the planet itself, and it would be a vital part of any sort of colonization attempt. However, because it is important for SpaceX and Elon Musk to reach Mars, they must continue to do so even when the odds are stacked against them. In your thought, would you eat any fruit planted and processed on Mars? Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, please like, share, subscribe, and while you're still around, why don't you click on one of those flashing videos on the screen for more content?